home. How do you name that triangle? Somebody name that triangle right up there for me. Name that triangle. 2. How do I name that triangle? Okay, ABC. Can I ask you, Molly, why didn't you use R, S, or T? Thank you. You name a triangle or any figure we've talked about this year by its vertices, correct? Well, we run into a huge problem right away. How the heck do you name a circle then? Does it have any vertices? No vertices. So how do you name it then? Here's your answer. You name it by its center point. All right. So this circle right here is called circle C. So when I see that, I see the letter there. That tells me that's got to be the center. That's how you name a circle, is by its center. All right. So circle X, boom, X is the center. Circle Y, Y is the center. All right. So C is the center. That's how I name a circle. Circle C. Also, the abbreviation, if you want to use it at all, and you'll probably see it in your textbooks, because I guess spelling the word out, circle, is too much for some people. They need a symbol. Here you go. Circle C. I know writing that word circle out is tough. So I guess they had a little symbol for you. All right, couple parts of a circle. Let's get introduced to them. Anybody know what this part is right here? From the center to a point anywhere on the circle. The center to anywhere on the circle. What do I call it, Cal? That's called a radius. Good. So fill in right here. I whited it out so you guys could write it in. A radius. It's center to the circle. All good? Center to the circle. Next one. What about a segment where both endpoints are on the circle and it goes through the center? Goes through the center. Both endpoints are somewhere on the circle, but it goes through the center. Romeo? Diameter. That's a diameter. Good work. Diameter. Okay, that's a diameter. Biggest thing to remember about a diameter, hey, it's got to go through the circle. Through the center. Okay, diameters always go through the center. What if it doesn't go through the center? Everyone see, what if it doesn't go through the center, but the endpoints are still on the circle? I don't think you've heard of this one before. This is called a chord. C-H-O-R-D. Does not have to go through this. It could. It could go through the center, but it doesn't have to. All right, it's just the endpoints are on the circle. Any questions about those three vocabulary? Radius comes from the center, diameter goes through the center, and chord just has to be, both points have to be on the circle. Any questions on those three? All right. What's perimeter mean to you? If I said the word perimeter? Perimeter. 10. Perimeter, what's it mean to you? Outside, right? All the sides added up. Everyone agree? All the sides. What's the problem with the circle? Doesn't have any sides. So I can't find the perimeter. Instead, what I find, and this is what we're doing today, is I find what's called the circumference. Right? That's the distance around the circle. Circumference. There's two formulas that you could use. We're going to pick one to use as a class and go with it. All right, you can use whatever one you want on your own. Circumference equals pi times d. What vocabulary term did we just talk about that starts with d? Oh, 6. 6? No 6? No 6? 6, okay. How about 5? Diameter. So d means diameter length. That's what I plug in, diameter length. All good? So I take pi. Everyone go to your calculator right now. I want to show you where this button is to make sure, in case you need it, where your pi button is. Everyone look above the division sign. Everyone see the little caret? Everyone see the pi symbol above it. Anytime you need pi in your calculator, that's where it's located, right above the caret. All righty? The other formula, if you choose to use it, is 2 pi r. What do you think r means? Radius length. Okay, you choose. As a class, I'm not going to have a choice. We're going to use pi d every time. But on your own, if you want to use 2 pi r, feel free. All right, you ready to go? Using circumference equals pi d. All right, find the circumference. Directions, though. Leave your answer in terms of pi. You'll see that a lot on homework and in this class. What is it asking me to leave my answer in terms of pi? In your answer, you should have a pi. In your answer, it should be like 20 pi, 16 pi, 18 pi, whatever. Okay? So in terms of pi means pi in your answer. All right, be on the lookout for that. Pi in your answer. So here we go. C equals pi times diameter. Circumference equals pi. What's the 16 I gave you? What's that called? The 16 I'm giving you right there. Here you go. 11. What's the 16 I'm giving you? Radius. So I don't want to plug it in here for D. I need the diameter. Anybody know how the radius and the diameter are related? If the radius is 16, Scott, what do I do to get the diameter? Double it. Exactly. So instead of 16, what do you want me to plug in for D? 9? 32. So everyone all right? Why I'm plugging in 32 for D? Whoa. There's no need for that pi button. Why? Leave your answer in terms of pi, meaning leave pi in your answer. Now, we usually don't say pi. Anybody say x6? We usually say 6x, right? So same thing here. I'm just going to have to make sure the number comes first. So my final answer in terms of pi is 32 pi. Don't go to the calculator because I want pi in my answer, which I do. There you go. 32 pi is the circumference. Leave pi in your answer if it says in terms of pi. All right, I'm done with the basic ones. Let's go to above average ones now. Find the diameter and the radius. If I tell you the circumference is 106.4. Find the diameter and the radius. The circumference is 106.4. Start with the formula. Circumference equals pi d. Where should that 106.4 be going in my formula? 7. Where's the 106.4 going to go?
Where C is.
Where the circumference is. C for circumference. So 106.4 equals pi d. How do I solve for diameter now? What are you doing on both sides that get d by itself? What do I got to do with that pi? 11? Okay, here we go. Divide by pi. Divide by pi. Quick peek at the directions. Did it say leave your answer in terms of pi? No, it said leave your answer to the nearest hundredth. So let's go to the calc now. 106.4 divided by, now I get to use the pi button. And there's our diameter, rounded to the nearest hundredth though, so I'll ask somebody for that. Go ahead, that number rounded hundredth. 2 numbers after the decimal I should have here. Hundredth. 8.
33.87.
87. Good work. 33.87. Units, right? Units, millimeters here. All right, there's the diameter. Now it's asking me for the radius. You have a number in your calculator. What do you suggest I do to this number to get to the radius? 1.
Divide by 2.
Go ahead, everyone. Divide by 2. Yep. Divide it by 2. Round. So what's our radius of this circle here? 10.
16.93.
16.93 looks good. I'll get that out of there and put an R. You guys good? Questions? Sure? All right. square with side length of 9 is inscribed in circle J. Circle J, what's the J telling me? That's why I went over first thing here. What's the J telling me? Circle J. What's so great about J then? 3? Center. Everyone draw yourself a circle. Go ahead. Circle, center's J. So pop J in for the center. All right, new vocabulary term we got to review. A square is inscribed in it. So where's the square? On the outside or the inside? Inscribed. The square on the inside or the outside, Scott?
Is it on the inside?
Inside. Oh, be careful though. Is that inscribed? It's inside. Is that good enough? No? Good enough? What do I need to know about this square? These 4 vertices have to be where? On the circle. So draw yourself a square where the 4 vertices are touching the circle. That's what it means to be inscribed. And it's got a side length of 9. All right, we got some work to do. Exact circumference. Another way of saying in terms of pi. All right, exact circumference. Same thing as if I said leave your answer in terms of pi. So our final answer should have a pi with it. All right, get the formula out. Pi d. Okay. What value do you need for here, the circumference formula? What value do I need to plug in? What am I missing here? 11, what do I need to plug in here?
The diameter.
Diameter. I need to know what the heck the diameter of this circle is. Is 9 the diameter, by the way? No, that's a chord, right? That's not the diameter. Oh, boy. All right, need your help then. How am I going to figure out what a diameter is here? All right, let me just draw. I wouldn't do this on yours, but let me just draw one on mine. Yeah, there you go. That's the diameter. Well, that piece inside's 9. I have no way of telling what that is. So that's a pretty crappy diameter, all right, because I can't find the length of it. How about I go horizontal now? We finding the length of that one? No. Where the heck can I draw a diameter in that I can actually find? Because those two aren't cutting it. Where can I draw a diameter of a circle in that maybe I could find the length of it? Carter? Connect the 2 vertices here. Take a look, everyone. Is that a diameter? First, is that a diameter? Yes, it's going through the center. Can we find the length of it? Half of you think yes. Some of you may not know if we can or not. What? Sorry about that. That's the way it's going to happen. Never mind. I'll just draw it in myself. How can I find that diameter now? All right. Well, it's a square, right? What's every side then? 9. What's every angle? Come on. What have we been working with all year long? It seems like every unit, it comes out of nowhere. Pythagorean Theorem. That's how we're going to find the diagonal length here. Pythagorean Theorem. All right. So if we are, set it up for me. What's Pythag going to look like here? It's 8.
9 squared plus 9 squared equals c squared.
Yep, good work. 9 squared plus 9 squared equals c squared. 81 plus 81 equals c squared. (162) equals c squared. What do I still have to do here? Take the square root on both sides. Ha! You kids want to be in this class and think I want that decimal answer on your calculator? No. Come on. We're going to break this radical down, just like we've been doing all year. I don't want that decimal. I don't care what the square root of 162 is. Save that decimal for some other time. Anybody? I need some help breaking down 162. biggest perfect square that goes into 162. And here's a hint. It's already found on your paper. Biggest perfect square that goes into 162. Where is it on the paper? What did we just do the line before? 81, right? How many times? 81 times 2. So the diameter is going to have a length of 9 radical 2. There you go. There it is. 9 radical 2. So go back to the formula. Pi times 9 radical 2. Don't go to the calculator. Exact circumference. Leave it in terms of pi. The only thing I'm probably going to suggest is what? Not a big fan of the way that's written. Put your number first. 9 radical 2 pi inches. There you go. Comments, questions? All right, go ahead. You can. We got a little graphing going on in the next one. I tell you what the center is and where it goes through. How long is the diameter? Ooh. For anybody that wants to visually see what we're doing here, Q's the center, right? And R is a point on the circle that it goes through. Here you go. Visually, if you want to see what's going on, there it is. There's the center. There's a point on it. If I connect Q to R, what's that called? That segment I just made. If I connect Q to R, what did I just form? 9? Radius. I need to find diameter, though. If you knew the radius, could you find the diameter? Okay, so let's find the radius then. Something else we always use every unit that sneaks its way in. Distance. There you go. Distance formula. If you want to find the length of that radius, distance formula. Here we go. x2 minus x1 squared, and then your y's subtracted. So go ahead right now, find the distance of the radius, length of the radius. I think it should be a nice number. No? It's not 5?
That's not the diameter.
Oh, I know that. I'm just saying the distance is 5. Relax. Relax. Distance is 5. Everyone square root of 25. Good. And then yes, now, as I finish the problem, the diameter equals twice that. you are on your own for this last one. I want to walk around and see what you can do. And yes, you can assume it's a rectangle. Leave your answer in terms of pi. Ten pi. All right, not an option. Let's get going with the homework. Not an option. Let's get going. Read your directions carefully. It may say in terms of pi. It may say nearest tenth, nearest hundredth. Pay attention to the directions. Remember my warning. You just want to copy the answer key. Good luck.